So let's go. Let's play game with white against Andrew. I will start with knight f3. And he plays d5. Okay, I can play e3. Or I can play b3. Which one does he probably dislike more? Just thinking, what's he up to here? I will just play e3. I will just look what he has up his sleeve against me. So the idea of e3 is to stop black from playing d4 in case you play c4. So here's c4. Now e6 or c6 are usually the moves. He decides to play e6 and I play knight c3. So far all this has been seen before. Bishop e7. Here I play b3. Here's bishop b2. And on c5 I capture. So 97, what's that? I don't think that's a really good square for a knight, because this knight makes a lot of sense in the Slav when you play c6, but in this kind of setup doesn't make much sense, because if you play c6 you should have played the bishop to d6, not an e7, because you always want to support the push of the e pawn. So bishop b2 now is the correct move. And I guess he will just castle. Wow. I did not expect that. Knight f8, I have no clue what's that about. Like knight g6, castle short, but are you serious? What's that kind of maneuver doing here? So there are several good moves and options for me. I could play d4, knight g6 and just argue that his setup doesn't make much sense. I could play rook c1, could play queen c2, could play g3, bishop g2, castle short. Could play this stuff with bishop e2, rook g1, and g4, g5. I don't know. The only thing I have to watch out actually is what happens if you play c5 eventually. And on that regard, I have to make the right call. Right placement of my pieces. I think I like queen c2. I think I just like it. He plays c6 immediately. I don't think there was a need for that. So bishop g2. Bishop e2, knight g6. So you are intending to play e5 or what? So e5 I capture. Capture, knight b5. I could play d4. But I am tempted here. So much time with the knight. Tempted to play this kind of stuff. Rook g1, g4, g5. Looks really tempting. Just crush him, because I always got h4, h5 even. I think I should play it. I think it's even objectively strong, but he has not castled yet. He won't castle on the side, because then I can castle long as well and everything is fine. So plays e5 is like he's acting like he's prepared this stuff. So e5 I have to capture. That's always the reply usually. And now if he captures with a pawn, I have knight b5, hitting this guy, threatening knight c7. If he captures with a knight, well, I was gonna say it takes. If he captures with a pawn, then this guy's hanging, so I has to capture with the queen. And was contemplating some other ideas, but this is straightforward. It was really straightforward. I go knight b5. Why not? Double threat. I mean, there is basically no risk for me. Even if I decide not to take this pawn for some reason, I have always queen c7. Should I just grab it? Just take the pawn? It's just a pawn. I don't see a trick. I just take the pawn. I mean, my king is in the center, yes, but it's a pawn. And the center is closed. Why? What's that? Bishop b4? Has to be his idea. So if I play queen c7 now, what's gonna do about that? Can I play f3 because of bishop h4? Probably. But just exchange. Capture, capture, and the stuff is hanging. Sensibly is avoiding that. Okay, so what if I take here? If I take the f pawn, he has always to watch out that I don't mate him if he moves the bishop. Then I just may play f3 next, like captures. Or is there something else? I think this one is really good. If you capture the pawn, f pawn, I might play even queen e5. Can now think about it. Queen e5. Threatening mate in 1. Queen f7. Ah yes, queen f7. So it's not getting killed immediately. If I play f3, bishop check on h4, g3. Not much of a problem here either. queen e5, queen f7, f3, yes, bishop f6, and immediately f3, 92 f captures. Yeah, I don't see it. I think f3 and everything is fine. I mean, everything is protected. How is it supposed to work for him? Taking my knight. I can play queen e5. I would like to play it. Queen f7. Knight c7. So there are complications. I have to calculate a little bit. Takes e4, takes b5, queen e5. Not completely what I want, right? Queen d5, bishop b2, rook b1. No, it's not working because there's rook c8. Taking on e4, takes e5, queen e5. Queen f7. I have rook f1, bishop f6, bishop f6. Takes, queen e5, queen f7. It's too problematic. Mm-hmm. Queen e5, rook f7. Oh, queen e5, queen f7. Yeah, this is dangerous. It's dangerous. I don't think I should overcomplicate stuff here. I should just capture this guy. Now play something simple. Bishop b5 as a move. queen takes b5, queen takes e7. Threatening mate. Rook f7. And check on d8. Rook in between and takes on d5. Let's check. Bishop takes b5. He has queen f7, but then I have rook f1. Bishop takes b5. Bishop d7 I can just take. What else is there? Bishop h4 check. Or just play g3 because he has some mating threat. Bishop takes b5. King moves don't work. Queen f7. Oh, that's bishop h4 check. Crap. Rook f1. There's bishop h4 check. So bishop e5, queen f7. Then I have king d1. Wow, that looks dangerous. That looks really dangerous. Takes queen f7. Queen f4. Or queen f4. Where's queen e6? I can take. Bishop f6. Captures. Takes queen f7. What happens if I play rook f1 right now? No, he has always his check. He has always a check. I just like the check. Bishop takes b5, queen f7. Queen f4. Queen e6 I can take on d5. And if he plays like bishop b5, queen f7, queen f4, queen takes f4, e takes f4, rook takes f4, might just take d5. How good is that? Bishop g4. And then again I'm controlling all the squares. Okay, I'm going for it. Okay, I calculate this line. This does not work. What of g3? Oh, this was ridiculous. Should not have played it so quickly. Because now it's threatening mate on g7. What the fuck? Well, that was stupid. But here it was quite complicated actually. Queen f7. I can go queen g3, yes, but queen f4 is also a move. I can't also calculate this one. And queen b6. And here I have to play this move. Queen to f4, threatening those two guys. So obviously the computer does not like my rook g1, g4, g5 idea, but yeah, besides that, the entire concept of knight d7, f8, g6 doesn't make much sense to me. Sorry, but it's just too slow. Better play c5. Yeah, and here it's just a pawn, I guess. Here it was better to take with a knight. Take the queen. And just try to play it like that. But I can castle to play like that. It's also good for white. I did not see that during the game. I thought this position was okay, but the computer really loves it, so even better. Here it's a pawn, but knight e4 became complicated. Yeah, queen f7. Yeah, queen g3 is just easier, I guess. Captures is rook f1. Yeah, because this one does not work as simplifications, because queen f7, that's this thing. H4 is just awful, unfortunately.